Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Read I.O. So, Marduk is claiming that Mutsuki doesn't want to wake up. After all this time, we've been working toward that goal. And now it looks like maybe... okay. So I gave this some thought, and... well... it doesn't really matter that much as far as, from my perspective, because, you know, if I have the wrong answer, then it'll probably become apparent pretty quickly. So, I'm thinking she does want to wake up. There we go. Yeah, she does want to wake up, but I want to get, I'm looking for bad endings, so let's see what happens if we say that she wants to remain asleep. That's right, she wants to remain asleep. That's why she put herself inside this pod. But I have to wake her up. Please, forgive me. Bullets come continuously flying out of the muzzles of the guns in He's hands. The compressed attack programs start running down their soulless targets with unparalleled accuracy. Some of the codebreakers that are hit tumble down from their knees, while others fall down as if they'd been sent flying. And just like that, they start crumbling away like dust. They start returning to being enumerations of meaningless data. The codebreakers don't know the meaning of limit. They run over the corpses of their comrades and come swooping in like surging waves. Not a single trace of fear is on their faces. That's why he continues shooting them down without the slightest hint of emotion. By the time they're hit, his search for his next enemy has already begun. The codebreakers can't match up to his reaction speed and accuracy. They have an overwhelming advantage in numbers, but when it comes to individual strength, he is clearly superior. Ishtar continues to input the passcodes, and once again, Marduk begins to talk. What was that? Don't tell me we're not shadows, are we? Do we truly exist? Are we shadows? Dreams? Fakes? Where is the soul? Where am I? Now that she mentions it, right next to Ishtar is an anxious limb, a shadow. She remembers what Lem said back then. Ishtar shakes off her idle thoughts and smiles. No, is there any reason to hesitate here? We are. Okay, well, I thought maybe there would be another choice. Somewhere not here? Clearly the wrong answer. For all I know, my body may not be here. Then where is it? Where is the seat of the soul? The monitor reflects my anxious face. Are you still there behind me? Are you watching over me? My upper stratum self? I don't know where you are. That's not what's important. But I know one thing for sure. I feel your existence. Your warm rhythms of life. Ishtar finishes inputting the 9th passcode. On the other hand, He's endless battle to the death goes on and on. No matter how many he defeats, there's no sign of the number of enemies decreasing. The more he defeats, the more reinforcements come descending into the room. Unlike him, they've got infinite resources. Out of ammo again? He knocks down a nearby Codebreaker with his gun barrel and rushes behind the shadow of the mainframe to hide himself. The Codebreaker's bullets pass over his head a second too late. He quickly abandons his now empty cartridges and reloads his guns with brand new ones. But these are his last magazines. He has very few bullets left. A flustered look crosses his face for an instant that doesn't go unnoticed by Marduk. He jumps out from the mainframe and runs like a gale. Ah! He starts shooting down his enemies with the same ferocity of a god of war. Suddenly, what Nergal once told him rushes to his mind.
そう。生と死は表裏一体だ。死があって生がある。生があって死がある。だがな、死を司るということは、死を生と切り離して、ごく純粋な概念として支配するということだ。だから死を生に持ち込んではいけないし、生を死に持ち込んではいけない。この意味がわかる。
The black-suited men tumble down before him and turn into data trash, soulless puppets, but his form is reflected in those eyes. How many targets, no, people, does this make? How long will I have to continue this? He instantly bends his body and dodges it. A stinging pain assaults his cheeks. He turns around and fires his Desert Eagle. He slightly lifts his lips and laughs. He feels like he can understand Nergal's words just a little bit. Looks like I wasn't cut out to be a Grim Reaper. Bringing life into death and death into life is the pathetic fate of a fool. Ishtar tries to finish up inputting the final passcode. I am here, the code generated by this source. But just before she finishes typing... He's protective wall, which had been guarding the two of them up until now, is lost as if it had faded away. No way! Sensing the situation, several Codebreakers point their guns at Ishtar. It's too late. Is this the end? Ishtar shuts her eyes on reflex. It hit. Ishtar feels no pain. She opens her eyes. What fills her vision is the sight of Lem from behind, hovering with both arms spread wide. Her body is slowly shivering. Something trickles down, a dark red liquid. Lem? Chan? No way. Lem threw her body out to take the bullet. This small body formed a desperate shield. This tiny body. Lem loses her strength and falls down. Ishtar catches her with both hands.
どうして？だって、ヒー君と約束したんだもん。タルちゃんを守るって。ヒー君も、タルちゃんも、約束し合いっこしてるから、レムもちゃんと守らないと。それに、タルちゃんは、レムの大切なお友達だから。なんで邪魔するの？今まで可愛がってあげていたのに、なんでみんな裏切るの？どうして？どうして？
The Codebreaker that shot Lem falls to his knee in dejection and remains silent.
痛かった。でも、タルちゃんが助かってよかったよ。お願い。月を起こしてあげて。 会いたがってる。お兄ちゃんに会いたがってる。殺してなんて言ってたけど、それは起こすのが無理だと思ってたから。でもタルちゃんとヒーくんならそれができる。できるよ、きっと。
She begins convulsing. The light enveloping Lem's body begins to grow faint.
お願い、もう喋らないで。もういいから、いいから。いいの。だってどのみちヘムはもう消えちゃうから。今のレムはマルちゃんとつながってるの。マルちゃんの中で動いてる肺王がレムの命の源なの。肺王はエニグマが動いてないと止まっちゃう。わかるよ。
In other words, if Mutsuki is awoken, Enigma stops, and so does Io.
そうなったらレムは今のレムじゃなくなる。全部忘れちゃうから。レムの中にある思い出が全部消えちゃうから。
Lem's light threatens to go out any moment now. She's a shadow, so even if she dies, she'll revive given enough time. But when she revives, the Io system will already be lost. She'll be a different person.
あのね、レムは死ぬんじゃない。消えるんじゃないよ。お引っ越しするだけなんだ。このバビロンからみんなの心の中へ。だから悲しまないで。そしてレムのことを忘れないで。思い出さなくていいから忘れないで。みんなが忘れない限りレムは死なない。わかった。わかったよ。忘れない。絶対に。これ。
Lem pulls a four-leaf clover out of nowhere.
これはクローバーの花言葉。知ってる
In the language of flowers, it means promise. Lem smiles sweetly.
今度また会った時は
The next time, Ishtar trembles in sadness, but a second later, Lem's body becomes enveloped in light. Not as an annihilation effect. Could this be a personality overload? When the light settles, Lem's wounds are completely healed. But something about the light in her eyes is different than before. Is this Lem not a Null, but an Una?
彼女は失われました。でも悲しんでいる時間はありません。もう間もなく月食が終わりを告げてしまいます。
A worried glance at the time. The time is 4:02 a.m. The frozen time begins to move. He hears gunfire from behind. He twists his body and dodges in the nick of time, only to find reinforcements standing in his way right in front of him. He ran out of bullets a while ago. His means of dealing with them are limited. He raises the government in his right hand overhead and splits his opponent's chin. The next one's right beside him. Because he's fatigued, his reaction comes a second too late. His left hand is grazed by a 9mm bullet. The gun's grip gets slippery due to the sliminess of the blood, and so the Desert Eagle slips out of his left hand. A second later, Codebreakers rush up to him and seize his left and right sides. Are they trying to pin him down? He quickly takes out his stuck knuckles from his pocket, or his stun knuckles from his pocket, and knocks the assassin on his left off his feet with a backhand blow. The man is blown away as sparks scatter from him due to the destructive force of He's cyber arm and the custom-made stun knuckles. If he were a flesh and blood human, that would have been enough damage to cause instant death. Without time to take a breather, he swings the government to the right to hit his target, but misses. Is the enemy's reaction speed slowly increasing? Are they maturing? In front? By the time he notices, it's too late. He is hit in the face with an extendable baton. The extreme pain piercing his nose, the taste of iron spreading in his mouth. He reflexively unleashes a roundhouse kick, sending several Codebreakers that had gathered together flying. Behind. The lead bullet gouges out the flesh of his left leg. They're fast, so they really are slowly getting more powerful. He kicks off the floor, closes the distance all at once, and lets loose a strong hook through his stun knuckles. It's no use. No matter how you look at it, he's at a disadvantage. The result is clear. From behind again? He tries to dodge, but there's intense pain in his left leg from that wound from earlier. And a second later, all the bullets his enemies fired hit him in the abdomen. He collapses from the extreme pain and writhes about. Normally, that'd be a fatal wound. It's an extremely severe wound even for the modded and enhanced T. Alarms go off in his mind. At this rate, enemies come swooping down on He from all directions and hold him down in the blink of an eye. There's about 10 of them. No matter how much superhuman strength he possesses, this isn't a situation he can simply escape. He looks to see the muzzle of a Walter right in front of him. The Codebreaker smirks before he thrusts the gun right at the crown of He's head. Is this what they call karmic retribution? He has resolved himself. The trigger finger begins pulling back. Adios. That's strange. There's no pain nor impact. Am I already dead? Is death this slow? He faintly opens his eyes. When he does, he finds that every single last one of the immense crowd of Codebreakers has completely vanished. Impossible. He shakes his head, then sees Ishtar heading towards him. She's staggering over due to exhaustion, but it's clear that her gait is firm. A satisfied smile is on her face, the smile of someone who has accomplished a big job. Ishtar had input the final code and finally shut off Enigma. In other words, Io, which was maintaining the nulls, has shut down. She walks over to He's side, says that, and reaches her hand out to him. He gives Ishtar a light glare as he remains lying on the floor. He presents his right hand. He takes her hand. He gets back on his feet by borrowing his partner's strength. Enigma's lid has been thrown open. She's waking up. Both of them run over to the pod. But both he and Ishtar are sure of it. That she's probably Mutsuki. She turns towards them.
し、は、こ、に、い、る、よ。
So this place really is still inside the dream. In that case, they have to log out and head for the next stage. They have to go back. At that moment,
あなたたち、許さない。私からママを取り上げたあなたたちを、絶対に。
the door to the central room starts closing. What's the meaning of this? The instant they think that, they both understand what's going on. The transfer, the logout didn't happen. No way. Are they trapped in here?
もうここには誰もいない。私だけ一人ぼっち。だから、あなたたちを決して離さない。
And then a sudden transfer occurs.